Welcome to Psychology of Daf. We are in Gemara Rosh Hashanah, Daf Lamed Aleph. And today we're going to talk about the ways in which relationships deteriorate and how to catch them. Once I saw a dentist whose tagline was, "If you ignore your teeth, don't worry, they'll go away and stop bothering you." I think the same might be said about relationships. The Gemara Lamed Aleph describes a process by which the Shekhinah gradually withdrew from the Jewish people as a result of their sins. The Gemara describes how it went through 10 different stages, starting from the Kaporos of the Aron to one Keruv that was in Shlomo's sanctuary. It's a different kind of, it's not the Keruv on the Aron, it was a Keruv in the Kodesh HaKadoshim, to another Keruv, and then eventually to the courtyard, to the Mizbeach, to the Temple Mount, and all the way out into the wilderness, still waiting, presumably, for the Jewish people to do tshuva, which they did not. And Eicha Rabbah Psikta Chaf Hey compares this to a king who's retreating from his castle, and he stops at each point and forlornly kisses the walls and doorposts as he says goodbye. And I think this Gemara is a poignant reminder of the slow deterioration that can happen in any loving relationship, including a marriage. And let's look at the process of marriage deterioration. According to researchers Cordova and Blair, which you can look at my blog to see the exact links to look at their research, studies show that for people who divorced but never sought couples therapy, the top reason given was the belief that it was too late to make a difference. A major reason for this delay, it's suggested that the process involved in the decision to attend couples therapy involves 3 phases: recognizing the problem, considering therapy for the problem, and taking steps to engage in treatment. And the first stage only occurs oftentimes after the relationship has been deteriorating for some time. Couples often do not self-identify as distressed until negative interactions have accumulated past the cognitive tipping point and serious relationship damage has occurred, according to John Gottman. Thus, there's a substantial need for early detection and preventative care for deteriorated couples before serious and irreversible relationship damage had occurred. Now, there are a number of validated questionnaires and assessment tools that are used to help measure strengths and weaknesses in relationships. And I want to highlight some of these thought-provoking questions that are typically asked. There's something known as the Intimate Safety Questionnaire, developed by Clark University Center for Couples and Families. And I wanted to ask a few of them. And when these questions are asked, they're asked to be answered sort of in a range of 0 to 4, never, rarely, sometimes, almost always, and always. But I just want to quote some of these questions to trigger your own thoughts as to how your relationship is doing. So, when I'm with my partner, I feel safe and comfortable. I feel threatened when my partner tells me I've done something to upset him or her. When my partner and I meet at the end of the day, I feel tense and anxious. It makes me feel uncomfortable for my partner to disagree with me. When I need to cry, I go to my partner. I feel uncomfortable disagreeing with my partner when we are with other people. When I have thoughts or feelings that are vague or uncertain, I find it helpful to talk with my partner. In public, I feel like I'm in danger of being put down by my partner. When I'm upset, there are other people that I would rather talk to than my partner. I avoid having sex with my partner. When I'm with my partner, I feel anxious, like I'm walking on eggshells. It's hard to apologize to my partner when I've done something wrong. So, obviously, no marriage is perfect, and certainly, to a greater or lesser extent, on some of these questions, you might feel a lot of discomfort, a lot of reactivity, maybe only a little. But what I do want to say is that there are healthy and unhealthy patterns, and that it's an ongoing process to improve it, and it takes time. Just as the Shekhinah did not leave in one day, but gradually ebbed away, so too a marriage can die slowly. The fact that it's slowly disappearing is a warning, not a reason to take your time to address the problem.